George Adam, to be followed by Cara Hilton. Up to 4 minutes, please.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. I am delighted to speak in this debate, being the MSP for the largest town in Scotland. The town centre of Paisley is a fantastic place. Now, I may be slightly biased when I say that, Presiding Officer, but it's got fabulous buildings, many exciting events that happen in the town, and more importantly, the people of Paisley are extremely friendly and always welcoming. The decline in our high street has been documented throughout the past couple of decades, and it's mirrored by other towns in other areas who have similar challenges and problems that we've had to deal with. But I believe that the Scottish Government's Town Centre Action Plan can make a significant impact and change the fortunes of not just Paisley, but other towns town centres across our country. The Minister is quite right when he talks about the Historic Environment Bill, this debate coming after that, because obviously in towns like Paisley, you're walking through the historic environment when you go by with the Paisley Abbey, Coates Memorial Church. There's various other buildings that are constantly being an important part of our past, which are now used in the present. But that comes to the challenges that many towns like Paisley are having as well, is the fact that maybe some of these buildings are used by Greater Glasgow and Clyde Health Board, or possibly by the local authority, and as services change, then of course they end up no longer using these buildings. We had such a case where we had the Russell Institute, which was used by Greater Glasgow and Clyde Health Board, but luckily I managed to get all the individuals together, and the Paisley Development Trust, with investment from the Scottish Government, is now going to be taking over that building and ensuring that it's still a major part of Paisley's future. And I think that's what we've got to look at, because our town has seen the Scottish Government investment building new homes in the town centre. Right next to Paisley Town, Paisley Abbey, with a sensational backdrop there. And this has increased footfall in many of the businesses in Paisley. In particular, I can talk about one small coffee shop with 2 young businessmen opened up, which is now extremely busy, because they are getting they're seconds away from these 2 areas where the Scottish Government's invested, and they're getting increased footfall. So that shows you how we can get people back into our town centres, and ensure that we can create the type of future for them that we all want. But one of the things that I'll say is that the small business bonus has made a massive difference to many retailers within Paisley as well. I know of many small businesses who wouldn't be retailing in Paisley at the presently if it hadn't been for this bonus, and it's a great assistance to them. In Renfrewshire, 2,475 small businesses are benefiting to the tune of £5.1 million in 2014-15. That's the kind of investment, and that's what's making a difference in town centres across Scotland. You know, the Scottish Government's protected local government funding, in drastic contrast to what we've seen down south, and the outcome of the spending review of 2011 is setting out a real terms decrease of 18.6% for 2012-15. And one of the other ideas that the Scottish Government has come up with was the fact of the Business Improvement District. Now, we have this happening in Paisley as we speak. In fact, it will come as no surprise to you, since my own premises within that area, that once again, Presiding Officer, I will be voting yes in Paisley, because I will be supporting the bid ideal in Paisley, because all these business people who have got together and have worked towards trying to take ownership, because the people who work and live in Paisley are the best people to actually deliver for that town and ensure that we can make that difference. So I've supported them, and I commend every single one of the people involved in that group. Ironically, that group is called Paisley First, and that brings us full circle round to the main debate we are having here, which is town centres first. And I would say, you know, there's been so much work done, there's been so much events brought to Paisley, which the Minister and myself were part of when we were in local government. We've done so much at the moment. All we have to do now, Presiding Officer, is build on that work and take that to the next level, and ensure that we deliver for our town centres.
Excellent.